Team Sleep, Blvd Nights, Guitar Tabs and Guitar Lesson for drop C tuning in the original key. Okay, so this will be for everyone who, likes to stay in that Deftones White Pony tuning, or they're just, they like to stay in drop C tuning, but they still want to play this Team Sleep stuff, which a lot of it is in the drop D. So for the most part, it's just kind of a transposition of things, maybe switching around a different spots on the neck where we play certain stuff, but nothing too wild. So this initial intro, we're going to want kind of like that more clean, chilled out tone. And this is all kind of based in like the key of D. So since we're in drop C here, we'll be at the 2nd fret. And we just kind of want to do that little power chord there, the 2 on the 6th and 5th string there. And with this, we'll kind of hit that little power chord, the D power chord, come down, and we want to pick through this a little bit where we go on the 2nd string, where we do 3 2nd frets on that 2nd string, come off to a couple opens, then we'll hit the 3rd fret on the 3rd string, kind of keep this same configuration here, and we just slide it up, and now we'll get into this G flat sus vibe where we hit 6s on the 6th and 5th string there, and then 8th fret on the 3rd string and the 4th string. Okay, so we'll just make that big sus2 chord there. Just give it a little strum, and then lift off the 8 from the 3rd string, and we'll have the 6th barred under it. And then we just pick that 6 on the 3rd string and the 8 again on the 4th string, kind of faintly as we're finishing up the section. For the chorus, we get bigger, kick the overdrive on. And with this one, we'll hit our big D power chord there at the 2nd fret on the 6th and 5th string. Hit it, come down, hit the sus2 part of it where we just hit the 4th fret there on the 4th string. And we do that twice. Hit the power chord, go to the 4th fret on the 4th string, power chord, 4th fret on the 4th string. And then we zoom up to this high octave. We'll be at the 13 on the 5th string and the 15 on the 3rd string. All right. Just hitting that octave here. This is parts of a G flat sus2 chord. All right, and we just kind of strum it strum it again, give it a little bend and release, and then once more, and then just go through that 2 times. For the verse, things kind of get chilled out again, kind of like floaty, arpeggiaty type vibes here. For the most part, you can just pick something like this, where like we'll hit our D bass note here at the 2 on the 6th string there. Kind of do a little bar action here where we'll come down, hit the 2 on the 1st string, then a 4 on the 2nd string, 4 on the 3rd string, come back, lift off, and hit a 2 on the 2nd string, all right, as we're barring it there. All right, and after that, we zoom up to this G flat minor area, which is basically just hitting that 6 on the 6th string. And with that, you can hit that, maybe hit the 7 on the 1st string with it, and then 6 on the 3rd string, just kind of picking through that type of deal. And go through, you know, those 2 couple chords like that about 4 times, and then at the very end of the verse, we kind of do our high octave bend that we had at the chorus, you know, way up here at the 13 and the 15, and the same type of deal, just strum it, strum with the bend and release, and then once again, just to wrap up the verse. For the bridge, kind of messing with a lot of the similar chords we've been playing around with. For this, we'll start with this initial section. It's kind of a D sus2 to the G flat, where we hit our 2nd fret power chord there, get that D, and then we'll hit our 4 on the 4th string here, get that sus2. All right, we go bang, bang, and then we'll want this chord here where essentially we just lift off of that 4 of the 4th string, and we'll have the 2 on the 4th string barred under it. And then we just add the 4 on the 3rd string, kind of lift off of the 1st and 2nd string so that they're just open. And then we'll just basically strum that 2 on the 4th string, 4 on the 3rd string with the open 2nd and 1st there, like that. And from there, we just zoom up and we just do a big G flat 5 by just doing 6s on the 6th, 4th, 5th, and 4th string. And you can even add the 8 on the 3rd string here. All right, just a big G flat 5 there. Go through those 4 little chords there. And after that, we just wrap it up by doing our 2nd fret power chord to the 4 on the 4th string, and then just come off to 1st fret on the 3rd string, open 2nd and 1st string. And for this second part of the bridge, it's this big kind of maze of power chords just getting strummed out with a bunch of like slide up and outs in the midst of it. Initially starts with this B power chord, so in this tuning here, we'll just get it at the 4th fret on the 5th string, 6 on the 4th and 3rd string there. And with this, we're just strumming it out, kind of 8th note strums on there, just down strumming. And we're going to want about 4 groups of 8 strums on this. All right, and after that, we just come up to 7 and 9s, slide that out. It's kind of that mid-voice D power chord, slide it out. All right, then we'll end up at 6s in our drop power chord here. So on the 6, 5, and 4th string there, just 6th fret. And we just strum it out the same way, just 4 groups of 8 strums. All right, zoom up to 11, slide that out. All right, end up at our D power chord there, the 2nd fret on the 6, 5, and 4th string. Strum it out the same deal, 4 groups of 8 strums, slide it back up to 11 and out. And essentially we repeat that 6th fret again, slide it, 2nd fret again, slide it. Then we'll get to the 6th fret, and we'll just do 1 group of 8 strums, all right, for that G flat 5. Then we'll end up at A flat 5 at the 1st fret here on the 5th string, and 3 on the 4 and 3rd string there. Just 8 strums on that. Zoom up to 4th fret for that B that we started at the 4 and 6s, and strum that out about 8 times. And over the top of that first guitar doing that big maze of power chords in the second part of the bridge, we get another guitar that's just doing like this kind of, speedy, arpeggiated, high voice thing. So we'll just be super high here. We go 16 on the 2nd string, 14 on the 1st string, and a 13 on the 3rd string. All right, and we just pick from the 2nd string, 1st string, 2nd string, 3rd string, just like that. So 16, 14, 16, 13, and just pick through it just like that, and just keep it going all the way through the whole section.